Hi, this is Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass with a sector spotlight on gaming. Okay, what I've done is gone through the gaming sector charts, and what I want to do is just highlight the ones that have anything remotely close to an actionable trade. So this isn't a comprehensive review in the sense of going through every name, but I do want to highlight 6 or 7 names where I think there's a chance for a trade, and a couple that I want to highlight in particular. Here we have the Dow Jones US Gaming Industry Group, and what I'd like to do whenever I start assessing a particular industry group is look at the Dow Jones designated ticker for that, and you can find these on stock charts. It's free. You can research them, and there's several hundred, in the several hundred industry groups that they track. But anyhow, birds of a feather flock together, and the first thing I want to always look at is, does the industry group look constructive? And here my assessment is that it does. It was toggling, pinned below this 750 level for quite a while, and now it's just recently broken out with an opportunity to go back up to the pre-COVID levels up here at between 900 and 950. So just based on this aggregate chart, it's riding the 8-day, moving up. I think it looks positive. So let's look at some charts. Here's Bali Entertainment. Big impulsive gap up higher, and now consolidating in this flag. I really like this setup, and I've done a measured move on it that projects off the scale up here in the low 70s. Should this break out, what I'm going to do is alarm 50 in my system, and I'm also going to alarm 42 and a half down here for, I don't anticipate a breakdown, but as long as I'm setting alarms, I always set it on the top and bottom side of a flag or a range, whatever. Like it takes 5 seconds. Why not do it? Because I'm going to forget about this chart, after today, and then the alarms will bring me back into focus, because you could even buy this down here, as a long against the bottom of the flag, and then even a move back up to the top of the flag here at 50 is a huge win. So you can decide how to play that at your discretion. The one thing I will tell you is that I looked at the option chain, and it's not very robust. There's not a lot of activity in it. If you do decide that you want to do a play on Bali, you're going to have to use limit orders, and check out that spread really well before you pull the trigger. Don't pay the ask. You're going to pay the ask and then sell on the bid. That's always a tough trade. If you've got the capital and you've got the time, maybe allocate some for common here, if you have that capital. I don't, so I'm going to watch this and try to be really careful with the options. But massive bull flag. I think this is going higher. DraftKings had the big run, came up here, sold off, and now is bouncing. I know there's a lot of people, either long, rooting for this to go higher or whatever. I don't like this setup, honestly. Momentum is coming out, RSI is coming out, and price is in the teeth of this, what I call the fib kill zone. It's come up here, it got rejected at the 618 retracement and has backed away. Now, is anything truly bearish? No, it's not. In fact, if you wanted to, if you were bullish, you can set your alarm right here at the prior high, say at 53, And if it took that out, then I think it would be well on its way to, the prior high up here towards 66. And that's still, a great trade. That's $10 or $11, maybe even more to the upside if things accelerate. But I want to see this high taken out before, trying to get long, or, a pullback into some other, if it were to pull back in 50% off of this run, then you may have something down around 40. But just right here, right now, no. I still think there's a chance that this gets rejected. And remember, the online entities are going to trade different than the physical casinos. It's just a different business, and it could be a better business, and very well may be a better business. But so it's not going to trade in lockstep with a Las Vegas Sands or a WYNN or whatever. So I would alarm 53 for potential long. Not interested in shorting it. I think it's, we're in a bull market right now. We're in bull mode, and I think it may, hold in here, but not really reaccelerate. So I would want to see this breakout here on PPO momentum, and I'd want to see an RSI breakout as well. So that's DraftKings. Here's Las Vegas Sands. Here's one I really like. Impulsive move higher, and now consolidation. I want you to alarm two levels, 60 and 56. If there was a pullback into 56, I'd definitely be a buyer there with a stop just below. But otherwise, if it doesn't do that, I would be a buyer on a breakout. Or if you're, if you have confidence, you can buy it now, looking out to January to get 60 Las Vegas Sands 60 calls, and look for that breakout up to around 65 would be my first target, and then up to 70 would be the second target. I like this, and there's also some potential fundamental catalysts. The chairman of Las Vegas Sands is Sheldon Adelson, and he's made noises about wanting to sell his Las Vegas properties, do some liquidation. MGM has expressed interest in that. There may be a deal forthcoming, no idea about the timing or the price or anything like that, but I think that would be a catalyst for LVS that would be then focusing on Macau and giving up their Las Vegas properties. And they've got some good ones. So I like LVS setup here, and this is the one out of the group that I'm targeting or most focused on here directly. MGM, I don't think there's a trade to make here, but since I mentioned it, I wanted to show the chart. We're here in the middle of the range. I would alarm 27 for a back test of the breakout. I would be a buyer there, but otherwise I think you gotta wait here in the middle of the range. I don't think there's a good trade to make with really nothing to shoot against on either side. Melco, this is a Macau focused gaming company. You can see here a very well defined both volume over price level resistance, and the prior highs were all in here around 20. Set yourself an alarm at 20 and see if we can't get the breakout here, which would open up 22 and potentially higher prices. But I think you can get a 10% move from 20 to 22 rather quickly up to this prior high on a breakout above that level. Penn Gaming, this is the one that's Barstool Sports and all that kind of stuff. Here again, a very nice, well-defined trading range between 75 and 52. Set yourself an alarm right here in the 75 area. That may set up as either a long on a breakout or a short against the prior high, because remember, resistance is resistance until it's taken out. So also notice that in a lot of respects, it's like the DraftKings momentum's been coming out. And notice that at this high, you had momentum here, and now basically with price at the same level, you've got both RSI, PPO momentum here and RSI here at lower levels. That's, bearish divergence defined, and it wouldn't shock me at all if this came up here into 75, had trouble and then rolled over. But that would give you a very objective level either to take a shot on the short side if it has trouble and come down towards the bottom, back towards the bottom of the range, or if it gathers itself and can break out here, then above 75, then you've got a whole new upper range of prices that are most likely to happen after the big breakout. So that's a key level, 75. And then lastly, WYNN. We had many opportunities, and I think they were called out in the group many times, of buying WYNN at 70. Look at all the touches, never cracked. We should have gotten, I don't know what you did, but lots of opportunities to buy at support, and you're 40 bucks to the good already. That might have been a very frustrating trade, by the way, if you bought here and then it came back and then blah blah blah. Spent a lot of time down in this area, but that's trading. You never know what's going to happen. All you can do is take your shot at an objective level and then see what price does from there. But if you got, if you bought at 70, you never got hurt. You might have gotten frustrated, but you didn't get financially hurt because you had bought at a very objective level. Now, the next objective level is 110. Different picture on momentum. Notice momentum rising and RSI rising. So that's what you want to see in a stock that you're hoping to break out. So alarm 110, be ready on the trigger finger when you get that breakout. If it comes, I think you can get long and then look for 125 and then back up to the pre-COVID highs as the economy reopens. People want to take vacations, pent-up demand. Let's get out of here. Let's go to Vegas, whatever. I think the casinos will be doing better. And remember, as we come into 2021, the comps, the earnings comps, are going to become ridiculously easy to blow away, because after March, on the shutdown, there was no business. So anything that they report going forward is going to, simply blow things away. And, on Wall Street, it's all a relative game. What did you do compared to last quarter? What did you do compared to last year? And as with all of these travel and leisure stocks, the comps will just be, like I said, shattered. So that should bode well for higher movement coming out of earnings. So anyways, I really like I really like Las Vegas Sands. I'm thinking about taking a January 60 call in that and let it grind away. Hopefully it breaks out. I may end up front running that a little bit and get a position in there. Las Vegas Sands earnings are not until after January expiration. So there may be a run-up into that earnings announcement for Las Vegas Sands. Also, I like Bali, that huge flag that we pointed out. That certainly may be worth a shot. Be careful on your option orders. If you be patient, wait for a fill. You'll eventually get one. Do not pay the ask. Try to get the midpoint at the minimum and just, sit there and try to get something unless you get a nice pullback in here. I think there you can be a little bit more liberal with, check out the spreads. I haven't looked at it that close, but I know they're wider than what I would want, and the liquidity is not as robust as I would like to see on an option chain. But technically speaking, from the chart standpoint, this has a huge amount of upside, and I really like the technical setup. So let's wrap it up there. This has been Chris Buss with Trader's Profit Compass with a gaming sector report. If you like what you've heard, hit the alarm bell, hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you on board. You can look forward to having more of these sector reports and analysis where you can simply set some alarms and be ready to go. And you can focus yourself on execution rather than digging through charts and trying to find objective levels to take shots against. I have a lot of confidence in my levels. I think if you can gain that confidence as well, to trust in the levels that I point out, it'll free up a lot of bandwidth on your end to focus on executing the trade and then managing the trade. Also, over in the show notes are convenient links to the blog site where you'll find a lot of helpful articles on trading and trading psychology, along with a link to subscribe to all my content, and then you can get a convenient email each and every time I publish, which is quite often. So I look forward to keeping you abreast of markets with a lot of objective, low-risk trade ideas that you can keep your trade funnel full and always have something to work with. Okay, let's wrap it up. Chris Buss, Trader's Profit Compass. Talk to you next time.